Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the long-awaited return of Timey-Wimey Tuesday. We will be getting back into the story-by-story reviews soon. Not sure specifically when, but I've got a few that I'm working on, the next couple in line, and we get back to the other reviews as well, like the comic books and stuff like that. But for now, I thought to sort of kick things off and get back into the swing of things. I did pick up a bunch of Doctor Who related stuff over the past few months, and I thought it was high time I did an update video and showed it all to you. So let's check it out. New Doctor Who books and comics today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so to kick things off, first off, I wanted to show you something that Rosie actually got for me for Christmas, and this just blew me away. I couldn't believe, A, that she found it, and B, that she could afford it, but here we go. We have from IDW the Doctor Who Omnibus, Volume 1. So this is the first batch of 10th Doctor comics that IDW did. This contains, It contains Agent Provocateur, which was the first 6-issue miniseries that they did. It also contains Through Time and Space, which is, excuse me, a collection of 6 one-shot stories. So very cool, all compiled together. And then finally it ends off with The Forgotten, which of course you know I've done a review of before. I have the hardcover edition of it. But very cool. IDW, shortly before they, I guess, lost their license to Titan Books for the Doctor Who comics, was starting to put out omnibus editions like this of the 10th and 11th Doctor comics. They got as far as 2 volumes of the 10th Doctor adventures before Titan Books basically took over. Now, Titan Books has actually been continuing to do the same kind of thing. So if you missed out on the IDW run, don't worry, Titan Books has you covered. They're actually publishing a whole bunch of omnibus editions like this. They've got 10th Doctor ones, 11th Doctor ones. They've got one of Prisoners of Time, the 50th anniversary 12-part series, and all kinds of stuff. So even if you can't find the original IDW editions or the trade paperbacks, or they're too expensive or what have you, you can get the Titan Books editions, which reprint all the exact same stuff. So cool. Next up, a few other comics. As you know, I was looking for this one. I missed out on it when it first came out, and, well, lo and behold, the local comic shop got another copy in stock. I have issue number 5, the concluding chapter of the 4th Doctor miniseries. This has since been released in a collected edition, a hardcover collected edition, and I would assume a trade paperback version will follow. Yeah, so very cool. Really hoping that they do more of these, because this was freaking great. This really just captured the flavor of those great old 70s, specifically like the gothic horror era of the Tom Baker years, and great stuff indeed. Next up, picked up issue number 2 of the 5-part 3rd Doctor comic book miniseries. Very cool. Gotta love it. Definitely a lot. They're definitely trying to cram a lot into this, because it not only has the 3rd Doctor, it also has the 2nd Doctor. It's got the Master. It's got Unit. It's got like tons of stuff from that era of Doctor Who. It's just like a huge love letter, fan service explosion. So if you like the 3rd Doctor era as much as I do, this is a real treat. And then I also picked up issue number 3. I think issue number 4 is probably out by now. I need to get on that. But yeah, very cool stuff. And then next up, picked up another one of the Doctor Who novelizations. This is the second of the 3 excuse me, stories by Douglas Adams that never got the adaptation treatment back in the day. So they've been finally getting that done with new authors here. So we have The City of Death by James Goss, adapted from the screenplay by Douglas Adams. So much like the edition of Shada, which came out, this is a nice, super thick, super thorough adaptation. So definitely looking forward to checking this out when we get up to that in the story-by-story reviews. Now, next up, as you know, I'm a big fan of this book here, the Doctor Who, The Key to Time. I've been referring to it quite a bit in the story-by-story reviews, and will continue to do so. This is a cool book because it's sort of a diary-style overview of the making of the show, since from the 60s right through to the 80s. This was put out for the 21st anniversary, so this goes all the way up to 1984. So really cool stuff. But the author of this, Peter Haining, wrote a whole bunch of Doctor Who reference books. At the time I had this. I have a couple others in basically coffee table book paperback form, and there was 3 other books that he wrote that I really wanted to get in my collection, one of which is this one, Doctor Who: A Celebration. This is the first book he wrote, actually, for Doctor Who. This is the 20th anniversary special, and essentially this features articles and interviews and essays and all kinds of stuff, both by Peter Haining, just kind of analyzing the show, and also a lot of stuff written by the actors and principal crew themselves about the history of the shows. This is a great, great book. Now, for the longest time, I only saw this online, and I just assumed that it was kind of the same size as this, but as you can see, it's quite a bit bigger. It's full, coffee table book size. So if we just kind of look at the size comparison there, it's quite a bit larger. But yeah, great stuff. So I was really happy to find this. I got it for a pretty good deal online. For the most part, you can find these books fairly inexpensively online if you shop around a little bit. They're pretty widely available. I'm guessing they had huge print runs. So just keep an eye out for them and see if you can get a good deal. So this one is in really nice shape. Really quite happy with it. So let's just go to a boring page there, shall we? But yeah, much like most of these, I should mention also, I don't know how well you can see this, but it has a kind of flipbook animation of the TARDIS taking off there. You can see it on the side there. Yeah, so pretty cool. Anyway, very cool resource book for all your classic Who needs. I swear, the 20th anniversary of the show, I think, was in many ways a bigger celebration than the 50th anniversary was. Because really, the 20th anniversary stuff, you really felt like it was celebrating a milestone. And then there was a ton of retrospective stuff going on, lots of... there was a 20th anniversary magazine special, which I've showed you before, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So then, for the 21st anniversary, of course, they did The Key to Time, which was a different kind of retrospective. And then, for the 25th anniversary, Peter Haining came back and did 25 Glorious Years. So, huge, oversized book. This is the same size as the 20th anniversary one, so they will go together on the shelf quite nicely. And this, again, very nice, has all kinds of retrospective articles and information about the show, and again, a lot of stuff written by the actors and the crew themselves. So another terrific companion piece, especially for all your classic Who. There's one thing that was kind of sad, was where is it here? Yeah, Doctor Who 25 Glorious Years celebrates the success of a program around which a mythology of remarkable complexity has developed. The Who phenomenon is truly timeless. With a new generation of viewers meeting the Time Lord for the first time, the show could continue for many years to come. Now, at the time, it only had one more season, and then it was canceled. So it's unfortunate. So this is almost a complete history of the entire classic series. It goes up to season 25. So one more season after that, and then that was it for classic Who, sadly. So then for the 35th anniversary, 10 years later, Peter Haining came back and wrote this one, The 9 Lives of Doctor Who. Now this one is said to be the first biography of the 9 men who are Doctor Who. So this is, for the most part, all about the actors who played the role, including some of the lesser-known ones, such as Trevor Martin, who played the Doctor in the 1974 stage play Seven Keys to Doomsday. Also has some stuff about Peter Cushing and his role as Doctor Who in the two 60s movies. So very cool stuff indeed. This one actually does go all the way up to Paul McGann, because this was published in 1999, which would have been during the 35th anniversary year. And yeah, so it covers all the way up to the TV movie. So between all of those and the Key to Time and the other two that I've got, quite a definitive resource of stuff all about the classic era of the series, which, as you know, is my favorite era. I mean, I love both the new and old show, but the classic show is definitely my favorite. Alrighty, so that is it for this update. Lots of heavy reading. Yeah, definitely some great stuff. I'm glad to finally have these in my collection. They've kind of been out there in the ether taunting me forever, and I figured it was about time I finally pulled the trigger on them and got them on the shelf where they belong. And yeah, as I was saying, I mean, for the most part, they're actually surprisingly affordable. I got these ridiculously cheap, especially considering the fantastic condition they're in. So I got, I don't know if I just got lucky or just, persistence pays off. I just kept an eye out for those deals and then took advantage of them when I got them. Yeah, so, Amazon, third-party sellers, and eBay. I think I got most of these through Amazon, actually, so it seemed to be a little bit more reasonably priced than a lot of the eBay sellers. Alrighty, well, that is it from me to you for now. I hope you enjoyed this Doctor Who update, the epic return of Timey-Wimey Tuesday. So as I say, we should be getting back to the story-by-story reviews shortly. Probably not this week, maybe next week. Don't quote me on that. I'm just kind of gently easing back into the regular features here, so be gentle. I'll give you what I can when I can. It's all really down to time and energy and motivation. So yeah, so if you like what you see, let me know, and I will do my best to give you more. Alrighty, so we'll see you next time. Quick thank you to my Patreon sponsors, especially Kyle Pellegrini, my highest level sponsor. You rock, dude. Thank you so much. And yeah, and thank you all for watching. Alright, so until next time, thanks for watching again, and sayonara.